Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 4 of Rev's Hot Stove Weekly, presented by Shipley Energy. Got two more player signings on the show this week. Also, coming up in our middle segment, Kevin Dowdell, who was announced a couple of weeks ago. He'll join us in our player feature this week. Looking forward to that. But we're always looking forward to Rick Forney being featured here on the program. Welcome, Rick. How are you?
Well, how are you guys doing? Good to see you.
Yes, as always.
What's new?
Doing just fine. Well, we've made it to March. Um, with a little heartbreak, I may add, some local basketball ended. Your college had a wonderful season, lost in double overtime down the
Yeah,
road from you on on Saturday. So that wrapped up sadly, but looking forward to a few more state teams and Revs baseball shortly after that.
yeah. Baseball season's right around the corner. Thanks for the invite the other day, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
I appreciate it.
That's
Glad
not
you thought of me.
sarcastic. That's not
No,
sarcastic. Thanks for showing up. Did you just freeze on me?
peace.
What's going on here?
I'm here.
You
Can you
froze
see
on
me?
me. Yeah, I got you now. You I did invite you.
I know. I appreciate it. I just said thank you.
Yeah, well it had a tone of sarcasm behind it.
Just giving it where I get it.
Sounded like it sounded like when I don't invite you somewhere. That's how you would say it to me.
Got to keep you on your toes somehow. Yeah, baseball season's around the corner. It sounds like basketball's wrapping up, and I think we want once we get through this little rain, snow, freezing rain, ice mix tomorrow morning, then it's going to get really warm. It's going to feel like spring. It's going to feel like baseball time, and we'll be about 4 weeks away from the start of training camp.
Wow. And you're all ready. You got it all
I
locked
wish.
down.
I wish. I'd feel a lot better if I did, but usually you like to have a couple nice, easy weeks before you start. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I think we're all going to be working right through it.
Yeah. Same as the last 2 years.
I think so. I mean, I don't anticipate a strong signing frenzy here over the next 2 weeks, but I'm hopeful. I'm still trying and having some nice conversations. It's hard to get people to pull the trigger right now. They're still holding out hope that they can get that affiliated opportunity or land in Mexico somehow.
Yeah. Behind the scenes, I know people always love this, that what's going on, behind the scenes. Not anybody that we can announce yet, but it looked like you got a couple decent pitchers to commit here in this past week, right?
Yeah, feeling pretty good about the addition of those guys. And there's a couple conversations that are taking place this week that I'm hopeful. We'll see. I mean, your team's only as good as your arms. You need to have some real good quality arms. So um, hopefully we can get a couple of these guys landed, and maybe we'll have a chance to compete.
We might have our first baseball game of the year locally anyway. We've had some Phillies spring training, but uh, might have your college baseball on the station Thursday, weather permitting.
Yeah, I think there's going to be some rain. Aren't you getting some rain here in the next couple of days? So it's going to be wet. Maybe they can get it dried out, and you can knock some rust off.
Yeah, I don't know what to think. I don't know if it's a 50-50 chance. I don't know. I mean, they have a tarp, but
Have they
um,
started playing yet?
yeah, they played at Catholic University, which has turf. That's in
Yeah,
DC.
yeah.
They played down at Lynchburg over the weekend. So
Oh, Lynchburg's got a nice team.
yeah, they do. Uh, took
That's
one
where
out of
Grayson
three.
Thurman went.
That's right. Yes, that's right.
Yeah, Lynchburg just put a beating on Salisbury the weekend before, and Salisbury's got a pretty good program right now.
Yeah. No, they took one out of three down there, but um,
Hmm.
Yeah, I need to knock the rust off. It's like, you know, here's the 2-2 and it's a layup. Hope I know what I'm doing.
I'm sure you'll be fine. You're old season pro now.
Oh boy. Well, speaking of season pros, Rick, we've got two player signings this week, and
Mhm.
let's start with a guy who's very much an Atlantic League veteran, and plays a very, very important position, obviously. Turn it over to you. Who do we have first?
Yeah, we signed switch hitting catcher Joe DeLuca. Um, been in the league a while and had some really productive seasons in the Atlantic League. And
Yeah, I thought his first couple years in the Atlantic League, he was one of the better hitting catchers in our league, certainly among the top run producing catchers. 2021 with Southern Maryland, 304 with 16 home runs. The following year is when he got his one and only major league organization opportunity. It was with the Reds. It was right around the time of Atlantic League spring training. He had two games at Single A Daytona, a game at Triple A Louisville, and then ended up back with the Blue Crabs. But he hit 10 more home runs in our league, and then the following 3 years became a mainstay and a very productive um, offensive catcher in the Frontier League with New York mostly. And late in those seasons, he would come back to our league with Southern Maryland, Long Island for playoff pushes. So Ricky's had an interesting career.
yeah,
Was one of the more veteran players in the Frontier League in recent years, but was obviously a guy that Atlantic League teams still wanted to bring back late in the season. And then, of course, last year was back in our league for a full season.
yeah, there's still some value there. And obviously, it's hard to get some left-handed hitting catchers with some pop in their bat. Not exactly easy to hit home runs in Southern Maryland to the pull side of the field if you're left-handed, but somehow he found a way. But I remember when he was in Fargo Moorhead when he first got into Indy ball and he was young, and Fargo Moorhead has the same dimensions as Yankee Stadium, so the ballpark was like a perfect fit for him to right field. And I thought he was going to be a guy, and didn't surprise me somehow that he played his way to an opportunity with an MLB organization. But he's a little older now, well traveled. I think he spent a little time in Australia and bouncing around with some winter ball gigs, and still likes to play, enjoys the game, and not ready to give it up, and wants to compete and try to win.
Well, there's a lot of value in that. So he is coming to York here in 2026. One of the more affable guys too in the league. I know some of our fans know him as an opponent, and we'll be very excited to hear that. So Joe DeLuca coming to York this season. Coming up on the show, we'll take a break and have our player feature with Kevin Dowdell, whose signing was announced a couple of weeks ago. Hard throwing lefty. We'll catch up with him and then back to Rick for our second player signing. So stay with us here on Rev's Hot Stove Weekly, presented by Shipley Energy. Welcome back here on Rev's Hot Stove Weekly, presented by Shipley Energy. It is time for our player feature segment. We'll get back to Rick in just a moment. But Rev's pitcher Kevin Dowdell, whose signing was announced just a couple of weeks ago, kind enough to join us here on the program. Kevin, great to see you. Where are you right now?
Oh, I'm out in Ames, Iowa right now.
Really? So you're
Yes,
from
sir.
Alabama. What takes you out there?
My girlfriend lives here, and she is the softball coach here at Iowa State.
No kidding. Well, that's a good
Yes, sir.
reason to
Yes,
be out
sir.
there.
Yes, sir. Trying to stay warm.
Yeah. So have you spent most of your off season out there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Mhm.
Uh, how did you get in touch with Rick to sign with York?
I have a friend who was also a friend of his, and he called Rick and was telling him about me, and he was like, "Oh yeah, no, we'd love to have him." So, hey, that's how I got a part of York right there.
What do you know about York so far?
Uh, Honestly, not much. I had a friend, well, an old teammate play there last season, Caleb McNearly. So I've
Yeah.
asked him a couple questions. From what he's told me, hey, it looks like it's gonna be a fun place to be.
That was your teammate at West Virginia.
Yes, sir.
You guys were you Big 12 champs together, I believe?
We were, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, we'll get to your college days, but uh, I didn't realize you're actually in Central Time Zone here. I'm texting you
Hmm.
like, hey, can we do the interview? And you're an hour, so my bad.
Oh no, yeah, you're all good.
Do you still spend a lot of your time in Alabama?
Oh yeah, for sure. All my family lives there.
How do you pronounce? Is it Montevallo?
Montevallo.
Montevallo?
Yes, sir.
What's your hometown like?
Honestly, what you think Alabama's like, just super small town. I think we got maybe about 4 or 5 stoplights. Pretty much everybody knows everybody.
Yeah, we're. I read that you are the youngest of seven.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Uh,
sir.
did your older siblings all play sports? I mean, did you kind of follow them
Yeah.
a little bit?
I did follow them. I am the only one who played baseball, like as the main sport. Everyone else played basketball or ran track.
Okay, okay.
Hmm.
We're actually here in York. We're in the thick of, like local high school state playoffs and stuff like that. Was that big in Alabama where you're
Oh
from?
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. No,
Um,
we come from where on Friday nights the town shuts down for football games.
now, did you
Yeah.
play other sports too? And I
I
mean, you
did.
said baseball was the main one, but do you do anything else?
Oh yeah, football, basketball.
Okay, okay, the big
Hmm.
three.
Yeah.
Did you consider pursuing those other ones, or was baseball always number one for you?
I say baseball was definitely number one for sure.
Yeah, Kevin
Hmm.
Dowdell with us, and you had the unique path of being a two-way guy, playing outfield and also pitching. When did you kind of start to focus on just the one?
I'd probably say soon as college ended and I started with the Angels. When I started with the
Okay.
Angels, that was my first time just pitching.
And was it just that you're blessed with this great arm, or was there something else to it?
It was literally just, hey, just God bless me with being able to throw hard. And so, I was like, all right, let's take that and run with it.
Yeah, I know you went the junior college round initially in your home state, and then ended up on those great teams at West Virginia. What was your path? What led you to decide to stay home locally to start the college career, and then ultimately, what led you to choose the Mountaineers?
Uh, at that time, staying home with college was going to be big for me. I just kind of wanted to be close to family. And Wallace State, well, I started at Wallace State, and Randy Putman was a great coach there. And I knew, hey, going there, I'll be able to develop my hitting because he was really good at hitting at that time. So going there, I was like, okay, I'll be able to develop my hitting and then take the next steps on going to a bigger university. So after COVID came, my sophomore year, I left and went to Calhoun, where I proceeded to do both. Um, a leg injury kind of put me just on the mound at Calhoun, and my coach at Calhoun was best friends with Steve Savins at West Virginia, and they were able to get on the phone, and West Virginia really liked me, and after talking to them, seemed like home, and that's what led me to West Virginia that year.
Nice, nice. Well, I read, one of their big early season wins was courtesy of a pinch hit home run that you hit. So if we ever have a pitcher's BP, are you winning it?
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh yeah.
um, when you sign with the Angels and then you end up with the Nationals for 2 years and a full season affiliate last year in Fredericksburg, um, I would imagine that when you start off pitching, maybe you're a little raw with it. What would you say are some of the improvements that you've made from then to where you are now?
Uh, for one, just learning how to throw every single day. That was
Mhm.
something that took me a while to get used to. I kept having arm troubles here and there. And next, just throwing in the zone more. I sprayed it a lot here and there, but this whole off season just been working on being more in the zone.
Yeah, and what's your stuff? What are we gonna see when you get here?
Gonna see a power sinker with the slider and a splitter.
Nice. So everything's pretty firm.
Yeah, yeah.
What does it feel like to, crank it up and look up and see high 90s? That's got to be a superhuman
Man,
feeling.
it is. I would say, like I think I hit my peak this past season. It was like 97 or something like that. And seeing that was definitely a surreal feeling, honestly.
With guys that are able to crank it up that hard, I know you make it look easy, but is it max effort or is it like controlled max effort?
Definitely control max effort for
Hmm.
sure. For me, it's just being as athletic as I can be. And that's really what's helped me this whole off season, just trying to be more and more athletic.
Well, we are looking forward to seeing you on the mound here in York. What do you have planned over the next month until we get here?
Hey, just throwing and just facing batters every single
Yeah.
day. Yes, sir.
Do you have a facility or somewhere you can go and
I work out here at the local JUCO called DMAC. And
okay.
so, yeah, my buddy went there, who I went to West Virginia with. So I've been going out there with them and practicing with them in a couple of days.
Nice. Oh, by the way, speaking of West Virginia, Caleb McNeely hit one of the absolute tanks that I've ever seen in the championship clincher last year. So
That sounds like Caleb.
yeah, dead center. You'll have to ask him about that. Um, how's the Iowa State softball team doing?
They're actually doing pretty solid. They just came back from California.
Okay, nice,
Hmm.
nice. One of those early season trips to somewhere warm.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, what's the weather like in Iowa these days?
Uh, it'll vary. Like think Friday we had about 60 degrees, and then next day dropped down about 18.
No,
Yeah.
man. All
Yeah.
right. Little like what we're dealing with here, maybe a little more extreme. But
Yeah.
yeah, last thing, Kevin, just to let folks know you a little bit off the field, away from baseball. How do you like to unwind? What do you like to do away from the game?
Oh, hey, if you catch me off the field, I will be fishing somewhere. I'm definitely gonna come over and try to find a lot of fishing spots when I get there.
Okay. We have some. We can make that happen.
Oh yeah.
Uh, Rivers, lakes, you name it.
Oh
So
yeah. Trying to catch as many fish as I can catch.
in Montevallo, I'm sorry, Montevallo is that near the coast or do you have where do you fish when you're at home?
Well, we got a lot of good lakes where we live, but we're dead smack in the middle of Alabama.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, very good, Kevin. I appreciate the time. Can't wait for us all to get to York in about a month and certainly looking forward to seeing you and seeing you do your thing. So thanks for joining us here on Rev's Hot Stove Weekly, and we look forward to having you here.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, that's Revs pitcher Kevin Dowdell. We'll take a quick break. Back with Rick Forney after this. Welcome back here on Revs Hot Stove Weekly, presented by Shipley Energy. Great to have Kevin Dowdell on the show this week. We try to get a player in that middle segment each week, at least until late in the game when, apparently at least half the roster we're going to have to announce in April. But for now, we're going two a week. And with that, it's back to Rick. And Rick, earlier, if folks are just tuning in, you unveiled Joe DeLuca, veteran catcher, who's coming to York here in 2026, Atlantic League veteran at that. Our second player signing this week is on your pitching staff. Who do we have next?
Yeah, we signed right-handed pitcher Shane Gray. Shane comes up to us from the Frontier League. He's Frontier League free agent and wanted an opportunity to play at a higher level league. He's kind of at that age where he needs to play up a level. He enjoyed his time in the Frontier League, did really well there, and kind of had multiple gigs. He was a starter there. He was a bulk reliever, did a little bit of everything, but um, he's a good pitcher. Throws a ton of strikes, and he lets you play defense behind him.
Do you have a thought on where you want to use him?
Not sure yet. Um, Really, I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm on the fence with some of this stuff. I'm kind of leaning towards like bulk relief, only because I really felt like that was an important piece to our club the last 2 years, especially at the start of the season. If you have a couple guys in your bullpen that can give you some bulk relief and knock out 2 or 3 innings, um, it really saves the overall health of your bullpen, especially your short inning high leverage guys, because your starters aren't stretched out. Usually, they're not going to give you much length, and um, it's really easy to kind of overwork some of those high leverage bullpen guys. So, um, maybe we can get something like a John Olson type role, or even like Michael Horrell when we first had him before he moved into the rotation. Those guys, they carried that title as kind of that bulk relief, kind of knew what their scheduled workday was going to be, kind of went about their business as if they were a starter in between because they knew we were going to need 6 to 9 outs out of these guys, and it kind of worked out to them, and it worked out for our team because some of those starters get picked up. You already got a bullpen arm that's semi stretched out that you can kind of plug in their place. So I'm leaning towards bulk relief. We'll just have to see.
Well, I don't know that I've ever seen a team use bulk relief as effectively as the Revs of the last 2 years have. I mean, that was a really important role.
It is. I mean, it's really hard. I mean, when you're signing starters, even when you sign them early enough to give them a heads up, hey, look, 4 or 5 weeks, we're going to report to camp. We'd like you to be stretched out, ready to go for 3 or 4 innings before you get there, so that you may only get one exhibition game, and that one exhibition game might only be 3 or 4 innings, and you want to at least have an opportunity that when they have their first start of the season that they can get you through 5 innings. If anything more than that, it's a bonus, but you don't always have the luxury of getting guys ready like that. And also, when you sign people last minute and they're not stretched out, then you're going to have to pivot somewhere or another and try to find ways to make up those innings. So it's just worked out for us that we've signed some guys that were kind of open to that idea. Just for us, like with John Olson obviously being injured and um, needing to work his way into a situation where he can get stretched out. Same thing with Michael. He was kind of a year off, and we were able to get them stretched out that way. But it saves your bullpen, especially if you're using a bulk reliever like the second or third game of that season. Um, Things can really be a little bit easier for you as to how you're going to map out your fourth and fifth, sixth game of the season.
Well, Shane Gray, he'll turn 26 just a few days before the season begins. But 6'3" righty, big guy. You mentioned he fills up the strike zone. Have you heard, stuff wise, he's a big guy. Does he throw fairly hard or?
Oh, yeah, the velo's pretty good, like 91, 93. Sometimes he'll touch a four every once in a while. I don't think he's really got swing and miss type secondary stuff. I think that's why maybe the strikeouts don't really pop, but he can keep the ball on the ground. Like I said, he's going to throw strikes and compete and give you a chance to defend the field behind him.
Originally from Columbus, Ohio, he went to University of Evansville, had a great 4-year college career. The Yankees took him in the 16th round in 2022. Some time in 2 years at Class A Tampa, High A Hudson Valley, and then with Ottawa, north of the border, in the Frontier League the last 2 years, and performed well there. ERAs in the low fours. 1 year, pretty much a full-time starter. Last year, he had 10 starts and a bunch of bulk relief outings, totaling 31 appearances. So, yeah, looking forward to Shane Gray coming to York here this season, along with Joe DeLuca, who was announced earlier. Rick, appreciate it. And also earlier today, you gave me a little tour of your cage, your
Yeah.
facility.
Did you enjoy that?
I did, yeah, very nice. It's where you're spending a lot of your days hunkered down.
Yeah. Molding the young youth of America, turning them into baseball players.
That's right. We need more of that. But appreciate the time on this Monday as always, and look forward to seeing what's next week.
All right, pal. Talk to you soon.
All right. Yes, sir.
Bye bye.
See ya.
Revolution!